Learning a new language can be a fun, exciting, even life-changing experience. Now, if only all of our students thought that way. Hi everyone, I'm Megan Abrahamson, head teacher at AICE for the HSP program. Today I'm going to talk about the key learning areas for the high school program and successfully preparing students for the mainstream. So let's get started. About us. We are a home away from home for our students. They come to Australia most of the time without their parents, and they live at a homestay with a new guardian. So we really have to be there for them for their everything that they need. We are an intermediary. We help the kids get from the language school to the high school, and also an educational facility. What drives us, of course, are the students. We're caring for the students. This is a picture of Steven, a young Korean boy, and he's learning English with us at the moment. We make sure that we have an individualized plan for each student, so we make sure we really take care of them. And our impact, hopefully, we want to give our students an Australian experience while they're with us. This is a picture of us out on one of our excursions, really experiencing the Australian nature. Our method. We want to dive deeper, teach our kids how to think critically, discover learning, and academic intervention when necessary, moving more towards paperless assessments and a 100% attendance policy. Our program is split off into 2 steps. The first step has 3 areas: beginner, elementary, and pre-intermediate. And then we have a more intense program for our intermediate and upper intermediate students. So for the first step, we focus on ESL training, PDHPE, which stands for Personal Development, Health, and Physical Education. And we are also incorporating the key learning area vocab for the students, the key learning areas such as math, science, history, health. And our results are to hopefully build confidence with the students and onto character development, and finally being a more culturally aware individual. The next step is intermediate and upper intermediate. Here we go much deeper into the key learning area subjects. We're trying to build a cohesive knowledge so that the students are very well prepared when they go to high school into their classes. And how do we choose what we teach our students? We go to the accredited subject areas from the Board of Studies in New South Wales website. They have this list, which is all of their subjects, and they range from English to general mathematics, biology, chemistry, creative arts, personal development, geography. So we can go into these subject areas and check out the syllabuses, how the students are assessed, and try to incorporate that into our lessons so that we're helping the students when they do get to high school. Some additional resources that we use are websites such as Flocabulary, Crash Course, which is a YouTube channel. Another YouTube channel that's very helpful is HSC. The TED.com that helps with presentation skills, BreakingNewsEnglish.com, which is really good for listening skills, and some podcasts such as TED NPR and BBC World Service to teach the students about current events. And here are a couple examples from those websites. This is a vocabulary first, starting off at more beginner level about pronouns.
Vocabulary. I know you know nouns, but are you a pro at pronouns? They replace nouns, and I'm sure you've seen pronouns like me, her, you, and we. A pronoun must be in agreement with the word it replaces the antecedent. Pronouns are a way to make your sentences less repetitive. Repetitive.
And here is another video from Crash Course, which is a little bit more difficult for the upper level students. This one is the most difficult one I could find, which is the theories of global stratification.
How you explain the theory all of the societies on Earth were poor. Poverty was the norm for everyone. But obviously that's not the case anymore. Just as you find stratification among socioeconomic classes within a society like the United States, across the world you also see a pattern of global stratification, with inequalities in wealth and power between societies. So what made some parts of the world develop faster, economically speaking, than others?
So that was a video about sociology, and Crash Course is great because they have videos about history, chemistry, so sometimes they help bring an expert into the classroom. Moving on, we come to our timeline. So our timeline depends on what level the student comes in at with their English skills. Sometimes they're a total beginner, which could take them much longer to complete the program, because our high schools that we partner with, they prefer students with an upper intermediate or intermediate level. So it takes each student 12 weeks to get from one level to the next. If the student is showing much more skills and they're moving faster, we offer a fast track program which will move the student up in 8 weeks' time. Here's an example of the schedule. So we have 12-week schedules. In the first week, we'll study English from an ESL book, such as Live Beat, and then we will incorporate KLA as well in the week. So we take a lot of the KLA resources online, as well as the books that they use in the high schools. And in every second week, we assess the students on their progress. And on the third week, we like to take the students out to do some of that discovery learning on an excursion. Here are the students going to Cockatoo Island. How do we assess? So, of course, we assess the skills such as reading, writing, listening, and speaking, but we also assess them on how well they've mastered the KLA that was taught during that week. And we also have paperless assessments. So some students were required to make video interviews. This is a video of one of our students, Johnny, interviewing his brother.
I always drive a car to uni.
Hey Daddy, I have 2 questions to ask you. So first question, what do you do?
I'm a student, and I'm studying chemical engineering at the University of New South Wales.
So second question, what transport do you take to get to university?
I always drive a car to uni.
Where do you live and how long does it take for you to get to university?
I live at Mascot, where it's close to the airport.
So you get the idea. So this is a good way for students to really not just get stuck on paper assessments and testing. It measures their skills in a different way.
It normally takes
And finally, some testimonials from our students. This is Sweetie and Bernice. They're both from China, and this is what they think about the teachers and their school environment. And Johnny, that we saw earlier, about the environment at school, and he might have needed his dictionary for the conscientious teacher description. And finally, a student, Noah, from Korea, who really enjoys sport and making friends. So, thank you for taking the time to listen to me present today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And have a wonderful day.